Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The principal task of following Viraf Feroz Patel and his partner in crime is to keep you entertained for a little while longer, and after that Anant and his cronies will take over, whoever they are. And Siddharth, thank you for getting this started, because you gave me a lead-in which is a very interesting one, and I'll just take like 1 minute to introduce my fellow panelists. To my right, the bloke who runs Republic TV. Vikas and I go back many, many years. To his right, Megha Tata, who runs BTVI. Megha and I go back many years as well. But there are two people who I'm making friends with for the first time here today. That's Nilesh, who is responsible for Sam TV, which is a Marathi news channel. And to his right is Amit, who looks after marketing for Syska. And he told me that he used to market real estate, so he was looking at houses from the outside. Now he's gone inside the house and he sells lighting. So from apartments to LED lights. Hopefully you will shed a lot of light on what the rest of us hope to make a very dark conversation. It's about news, mate. It's bound to be dark. Now, you know, one very interesting thing you said, Siddharth, is about content that endures. You talked about premium content. And we are talking about news here. And it's very, very easy to assume that news, almost by definition, is volatile and will evaporate. There will be nothing left of it tomorrow. And yet, for hardcore news geeks, and there are some in the audience, Anant is one right there, we can go back and watch the Frost-Nixon interviews all over again today, right? Because they resonate today. There was questions that David Frost asked of Richard Nixon, which could be asked of a head of a state or a head of a government today, and indeed need to be asked of heads of state and government today. They endure because they made points which are eternal verities. They don't evaporate. I'm going to start with you. Republic TV, standing in for somebody. Is news all about volatility? Is it all about being frantically involved with this, you know, perpetually transient moment? Or is news really about decoding the world in a manner that, in a sense, goes beyond the immediacy of the moment? How does a channel define its philosophy? What is the philosophy of news that you work with?
So, if I may speak with regards to our philosophy at Republic, we've always stood for nation first, right? And needless to mention, every business is got consumer stroke viewer at the center of all decision making, right? So, various stories or news stories have a certain amount of longevity. They play their own role in the whole news cycle. But we find personally stories which are strong on consumer focus and have consumer interest at the core of the offering are the ones which we push the hardest, right? And they in essence have the ability to bring about a change. And that's the job that a news platform must do.
So you see yourself as agent of change in the society, change in the politics, change in the culture, what?
The core essence or the bedrock of any news platform is to drive positive change in the society. And we are at the forefront of that.
Okay. Megha, a different genre of news, but still essentially the same task. Now, he alluded to something about, you know, good stuff and so on and so forth. Now, when you report on business, when you report on the economy, when you report about the various sectors and the various markets, for example, you spend a great deal of time reporting on the equity markets. Again, the nature of the discourse can at one level be seen as the big picture of the economy, and at the other can be seen as the here and now of the market traded up or the market traded down. What is it that BTVI sees as its unique lens through which it looks at the world that it reports on?
So again, taking from what Vikas spoke about, I think while we represent business as a genre, consumer still remains the focus of any, even a business news channel. In fact, a consumer is a bigger focus in the business news actually, because the offering here is not about the generic offering of what's happening around. Of course, that plays a role, but in terms of what's in it for me, because it's a very personal gain or loss scenario a consumer is looking at when he's watching a business news channel. So it is an extremely niche offering. And only if you are interested in this space will you be walking into this path. While as a general news offering reaches out to obviously a larger mass, because the larger country, the country at large is more keen to know what is happening and how does it affect them. Like he said, to what's the positive change happening at a society level. But here it in many ways is a very personal personal experience. So I think BTVI again tries to focus upon bringing in the personalized gain for that individual. In fact, our offering is about save, invest, prosper. That is what we offer, because every consumer who's watching a business news channel, and definitely who's watching BTVI, wants to know what's in it for me.
Okay, I'm going to come back to this, because you can argue, as William Jefferson Clinton once said, that it is the economy stupid. So in many ways, the news cycle in a sense gets driven by the economy. Hold the thought, I'm going to come back to you, but over to you, Nilesh. That doesn't mean, Amit, that you're the least important person on the stage. You buy the advertising, which keeps the rest of us fed. So
keep the best for the last.
The last is the most important. But Nilesh, you represent the language media. Marathi, it's a significant language. We are in the state. There are certain agenda points that English broadcasters tend to pick up. How do you see your role vis-a-vis your customer, your viewer, distinctly from the way that, say, Republic TV or BTVI does?
Good afternoon, all. Basically, when we think about the national and the regional, the two different genres of the channels, I personally feel that most of the English and Hindi channels are focusing on the problems. They are talking about the problems. But the regional media, if you go even in a Marathi or any other regional news space, you will see that particularly my channel is focusing on a solution. We are more a solution-based journalism channel. We are not debating on a problems. We are giving us small stories, 90-second stories, and we are giving nuggets of the information. We are more about the utility-based news channel. We are giving information which can be used every day in their personal life. So I think Sam, just a year back, we decided to change our genre from GC to news, and within 1 year, we have grown up by 300%. So just because of the solution-based journalism is the base of the regional journalism, and we are getting very good response from the viewers. We are not showing, basically when we plan our content, we decided to eliminate 3 C's from our content, and that is the crime, second is a cricket, and third one is the cinema. And we are a very normal day-to-day based story related news channel.
You're running a news channel without crime, cricket, and cinema?
Yeah.
Something's left?
Yeah, and
okay.
Still we are getting a very good
Glad
numbers. If you see the 1 year data, television data, you'll see that we are the fastest growing channel in the space.
Fantastic. Amit, over to you. And by the way, after I'm done with the first round of speaking to everybody, then everybody in the audience should feel free at any point in time to put your hand up if you want to be a part of it. I'll tell you why. I have 20 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, now 38. So if anybody wants to participate in what's going on over here, there's not going to be a 5 minutes at the end for you to do it. Put up your hands, I will look for you and call you out, all right? And organizers, please keep a mic handy somewhere there. Okay, Amit, over to you. Two roles. One role, most importantly, these are three broadcasters. You are a viewer, all right? You consume content. You've been a marketer, you're still a marketer, you run a business. So you can also assess it from the perspective of what is the brand proposition, what does the consumer take away as a professional. So as a professional, when you look at the news business in India, whether it's business news, English news, regional news, do you think that it is doing justice to the times that we live in? If you have delight about what you are experiencing, I mean, you know, we were talking about customer delight. What delights you and what frustrates you? What are your marketing assessments of what's going on in the space?
Well, I guess for me personally, I think initially news was all about the update aspect of you know, what is happening around us to the current situation, wherein I think it's all about also how do you present the news, how do you illustrate the content, and as to how you make a brouhaha about the particular update in front of the consumer. So there's a lot of drama, I guess, now. It's not only news, it's a lot of drama as well, I guess. So I think personally, for me, it's an opportunity actually to connect my consumer with that opportunity that you guys are bringing on table, and that's fantastic. And I think it's going to evolve further, I guess, because when you say drama, suddenly you connect drama with something which is negative. But I think here, I am sure that you all will agree that this drama is a lot more positive, a lot more, I think, challenging. And as he was also saying, a lot of positivity is coming, I guess. So that's my perspective.
So your perspective is that positivity is a good thing?
It's definitely going to come, I guess, if you are serious about what kind of content you are beaming. I think Siddharth had a long session about what kind of content ultimately we are beaming to the consumers. So it's not only about news, but the kind of content also which is getting produced currently. So let's hope for the best.
So let me again frame this slightly differently. When you place your advertising, when your media agency recommends that you place advertising on a news channel, does the editorial environment of the news channel somehow make a difference to the way that the consumer takes away the message vis-a-vis, say, if it ran on an entertainment channel? Is there a difference in the way that the consumer reacts to the content?
See, I think I'll tell you that, so basically Syska is known for consuming a lot of television medium. And I think we are the only brand which is, been able to sustainably do that from last maybe 4 or 5 years when we started the journey. I think the beauty of this news genre is that I think with one genre I can, not only target my retail customers, but also I can address my stakeholders, my institutional buyers as well. So I think it's a very, very strong, winning proposition that I have, because of which I am with all the, broadcasting partners right now. Okay. So I think.
All right. So let me just take this advertising bit, but I want to come back to the, core part again. But as somebody who offers advertising inventory, Megha, over the years we've talked many, many times about how frustrated we are about getting fair value for the inventory that we sell. You've presided over this business, you've grown it very quickly. What's your sense today? Do you feel that the price that you get for your inventory and the way that clients treat it, the way that agencies treat it, is fair treatment? Do you think that it should be better? If it should be better, why?
First of all, I think the way the business news is measured itself is not right.
You got Romil in the first row.
Romil
right
being here is probably my 15 seconds of focus attention to you on to saying where I'm coming from. And this is something we've spoken in the past as well, and it's nothing new what I'm saying. Considering that news as business news as a genre is the prime time of this genre is supposed to be 8 a.m., 7 a.m. to about 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. when the markets are on, right? When you're consuming, your core consumer is supposed to be consuming content in that time band. And you are capturing that data of that consumer from his home when he is not in that environment. On what basis are you putting the performance metric of this genre out there? And if your consumer is outside, whether it's in his office premises or trading platforms, or wherever he is consuming, and that is your core audience. And you cannot compare a business news genre to the other news genre, because that general news is still consumed a large part through multiple other, even from homes. But business is true to its nature, is not consumed largely in home, and you do not capture that data today. So we are always, we are always against the tide in many ways in this space. And to me, that is the core crux of
Okay, so that's
not
on
only the
measurement
problem,
side. Now,
but hence taking to your response, your advertiser is obviously not getting the right value as well, because he is evaluating you based on this measurement, which in my view is flawed.
okay, I hear you. Again, selling advertising inventory, new channel, single channel, now you'll have your Hindi offering. I know that it has always been particularly difficult to be a lone ranger in this industry, right? When you go in with a bundle, there is many advantages to be had. You've been selling bundles in the past. You're selling a single channel now through your team. What are your joys and frustrations in this first year and a half?
I think we've been very blessed. I think as a brand, we're very focused on our execution and strategy. And I think, again, the core of that is trying to understand where the news consumer is today from where they were 5 years back or 10 years back. And I think a lot of news broadcasters do not invest too much time and energy to really understand where the consumer is. The consumer of 10 years back who's consuming English news is very different from the consumer who's consuming today. The whole socio-economic fabric of various states has also evolved. English consumption is much, much higher than what it used to be. The economies in smaller cities and tier 1 town, tier 2 towns is all service economies, and there is this drive to consume more English. Once we understood the opportunity, you build a strategy to sort of fit that need. And our decision to sort of be a free-to-air channel stems from that. The result of that is something which is evident from all the data that's available to us. We've redefined the category, we've grown the category. The category is much bigger than what it was. The channel where Arnab is today is much larger than the channel he was before that. The shows that he does today do perform much better than what they performed on his previous platform.
Try not to plug your channels while you're on the stage, but
I'm going to take all the opportunity that I can.
Good.
But having said that, I think the market's also very receptive, because in our case, it was sort of easier to sort of leapfrog. We had to present the opportunity and the execution strategy to various partners, whether they were advertisers or agencies.
Partner, tell me this, are they paying you fairly or not?
I'm fairly satisfied with the opportunity that's been created in the genre. I think the demand-supply equation is still skewed towards Hindi, and that's fairly a challenge, and that's something that we work towards. So hence, you have to work really hard to create more impact and content-led initiatives to sort of bring in extra revenue. But I'm fairly satisfied with where we are.
No, one of the things that I have never been able to understand, and this is not to do with TV, it's to do with print as well. It's an old historical thing in India, that the cost per thousand that you got on regional publications was a fraction of the cost per thousand that you got on English publications. So the CPTs in English were much higher, the CPTs on regional were lower. Very often the same consumer, right? So the overlap between the English reader and the Marathi reader or the Hindi reader was very high. In fact, the English reader was a subset of the Marathi or the Hindi reader, but somehow the Marathi reader got a very, very low cost per thousand and the English reader a very high one. What's your experience, and is there a way by which you, as indeed now it's even more problematic, because Hindi gets a higher CPT than Marathi does. Why is that? And is there a way by which regional media can fix this?
No, I think the reach is very high, but still the advertisers are not that keen about the regional. I mean, I clearly see
so
that.
is this the advertiser's failure or is it our failure as the media? I mean, we are the sellers of the inventory. Who should be doing it?
I think advertisers should think about the regional media because we are more positive than the national and Hindi and English.
You know, this is general thing that if you are a seller and you are blaming the buyer for not delivering on the buying, I think you are putting the cart in the wrong place. So I genuinely believe that somewhere along the line, we also don't do such a good job of explaining that, you know, what we are selling is of really good value. Right. But it does mean that for you, Amit, you get terrific buys. I mean, very efficient buys at extremely competitive costs.
I guess we are known for that, I think, in the market. And as Nilesh was talking about, I think, as a brand, I think what we definitely, you know, look for is an amazing value proposition, I think. So if you are able to create that, you know, in front of the brand and you know, convince us, I think, we are with you, I think. So it's not about, you know, we are doubting anybody's capability or we are doubting anybody's reach and all that. I think it's just about as to, you know, what kind of value add you bring on table for us, and are you also able to convince with that proposition and promise? I think that's the key that we are also looking at as an advertiser.
Okay, you know, I do need to get into the way that technology is changing the media, that, you know, the way that the consumer has access to a lot of information, but that also means that the consumer has an access to a lot of wrong information. This afternoon, when I was on my way over here, a guy whom we all know, whom I will not name, but who is a distinguished member of our community, posted something that was patently false, right? Now, it aligned with his political position, and therefore he thought that it was appropriate to post it without cross-checking it. Is the news genre itself responsible for being the largest amplifier for fake news? I mean, very often the President of the United States has a habit of pointing to the cameras at the back of the room and calling all of them, dismissing all of them as fake news, except, of course, our erstwhile employer called Fox, which is probably a good thing. But are we culpable, we as those who participate in the news? Because the consumer is not that passive consumer. The consumer now has a voice. She can talk back to us. She can react to what we are saying. Are we in our right moral frame of mind doing the right thing by the consumer, or are we messing around?
So I'll pick this up.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I can speak on behalf of the platform that I represent. There is enough and more effort that's put in to do a lot of fact-checking, and any conversation or story or debate or discussion is strongly centered around getting the facts right, right? I think the challenge today is amplified by virtue of platforms and social media and a lot of independent content news creators who are driving a specific agenda, and there are many of those. The challenge is, and it's a challenge that the platform face as well, and hence they get a lot of flack for it, is the way the algorithms work. They push up content which tends to have far more virality and ability to sort of come up.
Sure.
So while I can't speak on behalf of other news network, but predominantly we find, you know, pedigreed news platforms, whether they are traditional broadcast players or whether they are, you know, news players, newspapers, tend to have a much better control on the fact-checking exercise.
We're down to 2 minutes, 1 minute 54 seconds. Thankfully, we are not a manual here today, only because you are here, Megha. I mean, what would we do without you? But seriously, going away, and I'm going back to the point that Siddharth made and I started with, is it possible for this genre, because, you know, we are also part of the entertainment and information industry. Can news produce programming which people will look back and want to watch 10 years hence?
Oh, I don't think so. I think the news as a genre is so here and now. There's so much of relevancy involved in it. Maybe a few feature shows, but those will be so few and far between that you cannot sort of put this into the same shelf as a general entertainment. It's here and now. So it's highly unlikely that news as a genre will try to compete with shelf value with GEC.
Please give my panelists a round of applause. They have done a good job, notwithstanding what we as a news genre do. And thank you very much, Siddharth, and thank you very much, Firoz, for introducing Virat Feroz Patel and his
Manish.
very handsome partner.